Hello everybody, Lard Almighty here. I'm here today among the crashing waves of the Jersey Shore in search of striped bass. The fall run is pretty much over. You'll excuse me, I'm talking while I'm tying on a leader here. But there is a population of stripers that pretty much stay here all year round. They're of the smaller size. You're probably not going to find much above 20 inches this time of year, unless you get really lucky. But there's plenty of fish around, and because of the smaller size of these fish, I've downsized my tackle a little bit. I'm not using one of those big 9 or 10 foot surf rods that you might use in November to catch the big 30 pounders. I've got a medium sized pole here, 6.5 foot. It's spooled up with 20 pound braid, and I'm putting on a 17 pound fluorocarbon leader. And I think that should be more than enough to handle the schoolie sized stripers that live around here. So, out of my comfort zone, here I am fishing the salt for striped bass. Let's see how things go today. There's a fish. Hit it right off those rocks. Doesn't feel too big, but putting up a nice fight on this light gear. Don't know what it is yet. I believe, yep, striper. This is one of those schoolie stripers that they're pretty much in the surf year round. You can catch these all the time. Before the run, after the run, during the run, doesn't matter. These guys are always here. Alright, back he goes. Another one. Another little striper, about the same size. All right. There's another one. Jeez. Oh, he came off. I started out with a pretty simple setup, just a couple feet of leader, and I got a Trigger X swim bait rigged on about a 3/8 ounce, maybe it's a 1/2 ounce minnow jig head. Nice simple setup, not bothering with teasers or any swivels or anything like that. Just keeping it nice and simple. And so far, the fish like it simple. There's a fish. Right in close to the rocks. Now these resident stripers seem to relate much more to structure than their migratory cousins. I'm not 100% sure why that is. I'm thinking it's because since they don't leave and they don't like move long distances to follow the bait, they got to stay somewhere where the bait is going to concentrate, and that's going to be around things like these little lips, jetties, and bars, cuts, things like that. You know, places that could funnel bait fish or otherwise act as a barrier to them. There's another one. Well, fish this size are called schoolie stripers for a reason. It's because they school up like this. Another cookie cutter 12 to 14 inch striper. Hey friendo, how you doing? Ooh, there was one. Hit it as soon as it hit the water. Dog brought me good luck. Stay away from those rocks. I don't want you sawing me off. Oh, this one's a bit bigger, but not by much. Maybe 15, 16. Still well below keeping size. There we go. Get that one closer in than some of the other ones. He hit it once, I missed him, and then he came back and got it. All right. There we go. There goes one of the many party boats that prowl New Jersey's waters. They were probably going for sea bass or blackfish today. Hope the paying customers brought home some fillets. There's a fish. Move to the other side of this rocks to see if I could find some fresher fish. And I found one. At least one. Hopefully there's more. There we go. Another little surf rat striper. There's really not much to what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just casting out near the rocks and bringing the lure back on a fairly straight retrieve. And it seems like if there's a fish around it, I wind up catching it. There we go. Oh, he came off. For some reason, my anti-reverse wasn't engaged. I must have flipped the switch by accident. Boy, that was a hard hit, too. That might have been a bigger fish, I don't know. Here's a fish. He just kind of sucked it in. Kind of like a big crappie would have hit it. Just felt a little thunk. And there he was. Well, he wants to beach himself. Let me bring him up here. Alright, buddy. Oh, easy. Oops. Wash him even further up the beach, okay? Come on, come on, come on. Stop your flopping. Alright. He's a little dirty, but he is free. Here's a fish. Boy, he really knocked the crap out of that one. There we go. Well, the bite stopped on that swim bait I was using. Okay, let this fish go. So I switched to a smaller, differently colored swim bait, and I got that fish to bite. That's a technique I use in freshwater a lot. You know, if I'm on a mess of fish and all of a sudden they stop biting, I'll give them a different look. I'll switch to a different color, different size, or maybe I'll just go to a whole different lure altogether. And a lot of times when you do that, you can turn those fish back on. Last cast. Give me something special. Oh, jeez. Look at that. Last cast, I said, and he hits it almost right on top of where that wave was breaking. Wow. Took that thing way down in his mouth, too. Alright, back he goes. Well, after that, I'm kind of tempted to stick around, but I am running out of daylight, so I think I'm going to call it quits. It was a lot of fun today. I was out not even 2 hours and caught a bunch of fish. Nothing big, but on this light tackle, they sure were a lot of fun. I don't know if you're going to be seeing a lot more saltwater fishing videos from me in the future. I will say, though, that my new condo that I just moved into is 2 miles from the beach. So, we'll see. We shall see. But, regardless of that, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next adventure.